of Christmas. So we are going to start with this video. This video is about between the rules in the past and the rules now. We have two questions. The first is how the rules were for our parents and how the rules are for us. Is the past versus the present and before and after. So we are going to start with this video and I hope you like it. So let's start. The first thing is go out with friends. So my parents were allowed to go out with friends because the world was more safer than now. And my sister and me, my sister and I aren't allowed to go out with friends so late because there are too many crimes and it's more dangerous than before. How we are girls, we can't stay late in the city or in the streets because there are more crimes and it's more dangerous. So in the past, my parents we were allowed to go out with friends, and now it's more dangerous. There isn't freedom. It's like less freedom because there are more crimes. So that's the first rule. So the second thing is watch TV. In the past, my parents were allowed to watch TV just 2 hours. So my grandparents weren't so strict. I think like 2 hours or 3. But now my sister and I are allowed to watch TV just 1 hour or 2 hours. But it's because first we have to do all the homeworks and all the housework. Well, not all the housework because sometimes we help with the housework, like clean the kitchen or something like that. But it's important all that. So my sister and I will have to do all the homework first and submit because the grades are so important. After that, we can watch TV 1 hour or 2 hours. But when we are on holidays, it's better because we can watch TV when we want or something like that. If we don't have too many things important or too many things that we have to complete. And that's it. This is the second rule. So we continue with the rule number 3. So this rule is chores in the house. Well, in the past, my parents had to do the housework, but I think they had their own chores in the house. And now my sister and I we have to do or all chores in the house. For example, in my case, I have to clean the kitchen, mop all the kitchen, wash the dishes and all that. But I love clean the kitchen because I think it's like funny or something like that. And I feel like happy when I clean the kitchen. It's like an activity, so relaxed. But that's my opinion. I love wash the dishes. I think it's important to clean your area because it's like you try your time to be a clean person, and that's important because you know how to do the things, and sometimes you can help the environment if you are a clean person. So for me, this activity to clean the kitchen and wash the dishes is so important and I love it. So this is the rule number 3. Now we are going to talk about the rule number 4. It's about the food. Well, that's so important because, well, in my family, I want to talk about first the thing in the present. My sister and I, or my dad and my mom, all time we eat the same. This is a rule so fair, and it's like a way to express this thing because if my mom could like in rice or meat or maybe scrambled eggs, everybody here in my house eat the same. All time, my mom, my dad, my sister, and I eat the same because it's fair. If you eat this, then another person eat the same. And I think it's amazing. It's a rule so fair, and yes, I like it. In the past, it's the same too. I think my grandmother and my grandfather were so fair with this kind of rule, and now they are so fair with me and with my sister and with my cousins, and I think that's is important, and with my parents too. So this rule is amazing, and I like it. So this is the rule number 4. So this is the rule number 5. So is cell phone. Well, how we know in the past, I think there wasn't cell phone. There weren't too many cell phones. So I think my parents didn't have a cell phone or something like that. So I think it's like a rule that is not so important in this case. But now there are too many computers, cell phones, mobile phones, MP3s, and many things. And so I think now my parents are like, no, they aren't so strict in this case. It's like my sister and I are allowed to use our cell phone when we want. But actually, I use my cell phone when I have too many things that are important for me. For example, things about the school, about my homework, or something like that, about my school's group, or about something like that. Things that are important for me, or things that I have to do and I have to complete. So in this case, when I use too much time my mobile phone, my cell phone, I think it's like so boring sometimes. So I try to don't use too much time my cell phone, and I feel like search or find more activities. I think search online activities like draw or paint or something, and or find an activity here in Stepec like dance or paint in a class about art or something like that. Because if I use too much time my cell phone, it's like so boring. If I watch TV, it's like so boring too. So for that, I want to find something to do because I love this place. Like something to do, but that I like it. And that's it. This is the rule number 5. So this is the rule number 6. This rule is about the school, about the grades, about the homework, or about the marks. And well, I'm going to start with the past. First, my parents. I think my parents had to have good grades or something like that. I think the worst qualification that they had is like 7 or 8 or something like that. But because they had to do too many things like work grandparents sometimes with the economy or with the money, because the economy in the past was so bad, and I think it's forgot. And now, well, my sister and me, we have to have good marks, good grades, submit all the homework and all that. We have to complete the school with good grades. But it's because my sister and I just we don't have to work in another place, like in a restaurant or like in a, I don't know, like in a coffee or something like that. And but actually we have to help with the housework, but it's not so difficult. It's like amazing because you know how to do the things in the house. But actually we have to have marks, good grades. But it's like amazing because it's like we have freedom, we can take our decisions, but we have to follow these rules if we want to have something, or we want to feel good with us. And I think this rule is like amazing. My parents are strict in this rule. We have to have good grades on the cards. We have to complete all the homeworks. But it's amazing because it's like if we are well, I think I am a responsible or respectful person, and it's important that in all the time is important because you can have in the future, a job, and if you are a responsible person, it's amazing because you know. So this is the rule number 7. This rule is about wash the clothes. In the past, my parents had to wash their old clothes because they had to help, I think, my grandparents. And now, well, my sister and I, we wash our clothes. We have to wash our clothes, but sometimes my mom help us and she teach us how to wash or something like that. I think this rule is important because we know how to wash or how to clean our clothes or something like that. And I think it's so important, this rule. This is the rule number 7. So this is the rule number 8. This rule is about the work. Well, in this case, in the past, my parents had to work because the economy was so bad in the past. But now, my sister and I, we don't have to work because my parents are nurses, so they have work. They have a job, and that's important. We don't have to work, but my sister and I, we have to help with the housework. Sometimes we have to clean all the house, but it's not difficult. Actually, it's amazing. But my sister and I don't have to work or something like that, like in a restaurant or in another place, because my parents have a job and they give us the things that we want or the things that is necessary for us. In this case, we have freedom, and it's not like if you don't work, you have to do this thing or something. My sister and me, we don't have to work, and that's important because my parents have a job and we don't have to do another thing in another place. So this is the rule number 8. rule is about play outside. In the past, my parents could play outside because how we know the world was safer than now. There weren't too many crimes. The world, the world was more amazing, more beautiful, with with less crimes. Now, well, it's different because it's more dangerous. The world, not the world, it's for the people. There are bad people in the present. There are more crimes. It's more dangerous for the children. I think it's like my sister and I. Well, we don't have too many time to play outside. I think when we were like kids or children, like more little, well, we could play outside, but now we don't have too many times for the school, for the old things that we have to do. But actually, if we want to play outside, we can go in the street, like it's across from the house, and we can play with our pets. I think I have a dog. Well, I have 3 dogs, and I have a bird. So I can play with them, and I can go, and I can stay outside or something like that, but just across from my house because this street is like safer that in the center or in the shopping mall or something like that because sometimes in I think when you go in another place it's like more dangerous or there are more people that is bad or something. But just we can play outside, but just across from the house, and that's it. This is the rule number 9. So guys, this is the last rule. I'm so happy because this is the last rule and we finished this video. This rule is the rule number 10 that is about tidy the room. So first the rule in past. Well, I think this rule is amazing because in the past my parents had to clean their own room. They had to help with the housework, and now this rule is the same. So this rule is fair. If you don't do nothing, there is a punish, and that's important because all time you have to clean your things and you have to help in the housework or something like that. Because if you don't do something like that, you are a bad person and you don't know how to do with the things and you don't understand. So in this case, my parents had to clean or had to tidy their old room, and now my sister and I we have to clean and tidy our old room. But actually, in my family, this room is important because we have a day when we clean all the house and we have to do all the housework. But everybody, how to say, everybody do their everybody does their or has work or something like that. Everybody has their own activities, and that's important for me. For example, in my case, I have to clean the kitchen and I have to wash the dishes, and sometimes I have to wash the shoes or something like that, or I have to wash the refrigerator, and that's important for me. But actually, it's amazing this rule because you know how to put things and you know how to do these things so important, and that's it. I think so. This is all. That's it, and I hope you like this video that is about the rules in the past and the rules now. And I hope you like it. And thank you so much for watching this video. And goodbye, guys. Have a nice day.